Taylor Lorenz wrote an article for Wired in which she alleges that several high-profile content creators on the left are being paid by dark money.
He's going to attempt the impressive feat of debunking this article without reading it. I'm going to try to rebunk it.
So much worse in the last 24 hours. It's so bad. There are just so many lies in that article, just blatant lies. Wired has to retract that article. They have to. Taylor claimed in that article that these content creators were making content on behalf of Chorus. Chorus!
No, it doesn't. Nowhere in the article does it say that content creators are being paid to post on behalf of Chorus. It does say the goal of Chorus is to build a new infrastructure to fund independent progressive voices at scale, and that the creators who joined are expected to attend regular advocacy trainings and daily messaging check-ins, and they have to attend at least 2 Chorus newsroom events per month. Maybe the claim is coming from the subtitle, which says they're being paid to push the party line, but the article explains that Chorus is paying people whose politics align with what they want in order to spread a message that Chorus wants. So that kind of explains this part. If you want to debunk an article, you should show a quote from the article and explain why you think it's wrong, rather than say something that's not in the article and show an unrelated post. The post says Taylor wrote there are restrictions on what sort of political content the creators could produce, but the only restriction mentioned is creators can't use program funds. That's a funding restriction, not content censorship. That's not true either. The article mentions multiple restrictions. The contract prohibits standard partnership disclosures, declaring that creators will not publicize their relationship with Chorus or tell others that they're members of the program without Chorus's prior express consent. They also forbid creators from disclosing the identity of any funder and give Chorus the ability to force creators to remove or correct content based solely on the organization's discretion if that content was made at a Chorus organized event. And remember, they're supposed to attend at least 2 Chorus organized events a month, and they're also supposed to use the Chorus newsroom to organize interviews with lawmakers or fully cooperate with Chorus if they don't do that. So maybe interviews with lawmakers would also count as Chorus organized. That's my speculation, though. That's not in the article. Another restriction is that they wouldn't be able to criticize anyone else affiliated with the Chorus program. So he says Taylor said they're being paid to make content on Chorus's behalf. That claim's not in the article. And as evidence, he shows this post that says the only restriction is about funding, and that's just wrong.
Chorus has come forward and disclosed that no, they are not paying them to make content. They are paying them to be part of an onboarding program. It's basically like seed money to be a part of a program that teaches you how to build your platform.
That's in the article. I'm beginning to think he didn't read the article and he's just relying on reading these posts.
Taylor also slanderously claims in her article that all of these content creators were contractually not allowed to disclose that they were working with Chorus. That's kind of the big thing, right? Like a lot of people who have watched my video and responded on TikTok and responded on Instagram and responded elsewhere have been like, hey, look, nobody has a problem with you guys getting paid to do your job. The problem is that you're not allowed to disclose it. Like, that seems fishy. Well, it turns out that was a fucking lie. That was a lie. Lots of the different Chorus content creators who were named in the Wired article have come forward and shown multiple receipts of multiple videos where they openly, publicly disclose.
What the article actually says is that content creators will not publicize their relationship with Chorus without Chorus's prior express consent. So the fact that multiple of the involved content creators have publicized their relationship with Chorus, that doesn't disprove anything in the article, because perhaps those content creators got Chorus's prior express consent. That's why it helps to read the article that you're debunking rather than just posts on social media about it, because you might realize that the arguments you're making don't actually conflict with the claims of the article you're trying to debunk.
Chorus. Wired! Retract the article. Probably the most harmful lie in Taylor's article is when she alleges that these content creators were directed by Chorus to not speak up on the genocide in Gaza. They were paid to be silent. Well, guess what? A bunch of the creators named in the Wired hit piece came forward with receipts on receipts on receipts of videos where they are unequivocally denouncing
That's not in the article at all. It doesn't mention genocide, Israel, Palestine. He says that Taylor claims they were directed by Chorus. It doesn't say that. The singular mention of Gaza in the article is from a paragraph explaining how the Democrats struggled working with social media influencers in the past because they snubbed prominent content creators who criticized the administration over climate change, COVID, Gaza, TikTok ban. That's the one mention of Gaza. The article doesn't claim that the content creators were directed not to talk about this by Chorus. I know reading is hard. I'm not asking you to read the whole article, but if you want to debunk something, could you at least show a quote from the thing that you're debunking and explain why that quote is wrong? Is that too much to ask, really? What he does is just make stuff up or copy stuff that other people made up on social media and repeat it, and then pretend like he's debunked, your slanderous lies must be retracted, Wired. He pretends like he's done something by inventing stuff that's not in the article and then showing why that's wrong. You said we couldn't post about Gaza. We posted about Gaza a lot. The article never claimed they were told not to post about Gaza. So, I don't know. Thanks for your time.